So what I have in my hand here is SVBONY's new color camera that uses the Sony IMX571 chip. Same chip that's used in Player One's Poseidon C camera, as well as ZWO's ASI 2600 and other vendors as well. So we have another option that is less expensive than the competition that uses the same Sony 571 chip. So that's what this video is about. We're going to do a quick unboxing, show you some results, talk about the pros and cons of the camera compared to the Player One camera, and wrap things up with showing you some final images that I've taken with it. So let's get to it. My name is Rich and you're watching Deep Space Astro. So just a quick unboxing to show you what comes with the camera. User manual, your expected spacers that you get with just about every camera. So we got a 21mm and 16.5mm, and not sure what that is. Let's open this thing up and see what's going on with this. Not sure what that is. Maybe it's... Take a closer look at the camera here in a minute. And M48 to M42 0mm adapter ring. And this is... looks like a threaded cap, so I guess you can cap off the end of one of your spacers if you needed to. It's the first time I've seen this come with a camera too. And then it also comes with USB-A to USB 3.0 cable. And then under here we have our power supply. And then the camera itself. So as indicated by the model number SC571CC, it is the Sony IMX571 chip, which is the same chip that is used in ZWO's ASI 2600, as well as Player One's Poseidon C, which I have right here. So you can see it's, like I said, same chip. Probably the first thing that you notice when we pull it out is there is no USB hub on here. There's a single USB-C port and a 12-volt in port. So again, no hub. On the Player One, we don't have a hub, but we do have an external connection. So I guess it is a USB hub, but only one port to be used. Size difference. At first, it appears that the SVBONY is smaller than the Player One, but if I stack these together, and it may be kind of hard to see here, but they pretty much are the same size. It's just the shape of the Player One camera does jet out a little bit further than the diameter of what it otherwise could have been, if that makes sense. Height-wise, the SVBONY is a little bit taller, and the Player One camera comes from the factory with a adjustable tilt plate. You can see here, whereas SVBONY does not come with a tilt plate. All right, so back to this thing. You shake it. I don't know if you guys can hear that. There's something in there. It's got to be something for the desiccant replacement, which is this screw right here that says "Do not open." So best guess is if the desiccant appears to be used, needs to be replaced, you would pull that screw out, and I'm guessing this would go into there to refill it. I'm not real sure. Let me know in the comments if you guys have ever seen this before. I'm pretty positive that's what this is for. There's no place else to screw this into the camera, but anyways, if that's what that is, that's kind of cool. I didn't get that with the Player One, and the Player One also has right here a place for the desiccant, so if something like that matters to you. So as we know, SVBONY has been known to bring out products that otherwise are a lot more expensive from other manufacturers. This camera is the same way. The SC571CC is currently priced at $12.99, where the Player One camera direct from Player One's website is going for $13.99. Now, picking this up at Amazon, and I'll have affiliate links down in the description, so if you decide to buy this camera, if you could use those links, that would be great, because I get a little bit of a commission from it at no cost to you. But there's also an option to get their power box bundled with this camera at the same $12.99 price. And in addition to that, if you use my code DEEPSPACE, you'll get 8% off of your purchase. So it brings that $12.99 down to about $11.95 American. Just like the Player One and the ZWO cameras with the same chips, it has a built-in dew heater as well. It's AR glass, or anti-reflective. Same thing with the Player One. I believe ZWO, they actually have a UV IR cut filter in front of their sensor, which I'm glad both Player One and SVBONY did not include in front of their sensor. Then that means if ever you want to shoot in the UV or IR spectrum, you wouldn't be able to. You'd be stuck because the sensor is behind that permanent piece of glass. So now if I want to, I could just throw on a UV-IR cut filter and go off and do my imaging that way as well. Sometimes less is more. Unity gain on the camera is 100 and you cannot go any lower than that. But what you can do is you can switch between low conversion gain and high conversion gain regardless of what you have your gain set to. Whereas ZWO will not allow you to change between low conversions and high conversions gain. You actually have to have your gain set at a specific level for that switch to actually be flipped. And player one behaves in the same way in the sense that, well, first of all, it has a low noise setting and a normal setting. The normal has faster frames per second, so it's more suitable for planetary imaging. Low noise is the lower readout noise and higher dynamic range. But like I said, just like the ZWO one, the HCG opens up at gain 125. So like I said, IMX571 from Sony, it's the same identical sensor. I know some people don't like the USB-C. I actually prefer it. It's one of the things I was happy to see on the Player One when I bought it. The lack of a tilt plate is a little bit disappointing, I suppose, but not a deal stopper. I think I've honestly only played around with the tilt plate on the Player one time, but that's part of, you know, how it comes in as a budget, right? No tilt plate, no USB hub on the back, and it takes a great image just like the Player One does. I've had zero issues running this with Nina. I've actually been using it with my Hyperstar on my Celestron Edge HD, and it really performed well for me. So, but like I said, SVBONY right now, time of recording is $12.99. Use my Deep Space code, you get another 8% off, brings you down to $11.95. You can get their power box bundled in it for no extra charge, whereas the Poseidon C, again, time of recording is running at $13.99. So $100 cheaper without the code, about $200 cheaper with. So if we take a look at a single image taking out of both cameras, they look identical to me. This is actually the Dark Shark Nebula, so not much to look at because it is a dark nebula. It requires multiple exposures with the Hyperstar in order to be able to pull out that detail. That's why you don't actually see the Shark Nebula in this image, but we do see the stars, and it is a little bit different orientation between the two. So over on the left-hand side is the Player One camera, and then the right-hand side is the SVBONY. If we look at this star right here, that is actually this one over on the right hand side, and overall the images look the same. And keep in mind, these two images were not taken on the same night. The one with the Player One was taken back in July of 2024, and this one I just took this month, April of 2026. So we're going to see some differences just because the seeing conditions were probably different. There was probably more or less of a gradient for one reason or another on either of those two nights. But like I said, same sensor, so you're going to end up with the same data. We can also open up, I did a little bit of work with M42, so we can take a look at a single frame. So it's 1/62nd exposure at the 100 gain through the SVBONY camera. So all in all, great little camera at a budget price. And I actually don't like saying budget too much with a lot of this stuff. It's less expensive. Budget makes it sound like it's cheap. And so far, I've had nothing but good luck with SVBONY's products. So I did process the Orion Nebula as well as the Dark Sharks. So I'll put the two images up on the screen here in a minute. But before we go, I just want to say thanks to all of my members here on YouTube and on Buy Me a Coffee. I appreciate everybody's support. If you'd like to support the channel, consider becoming a member. You get access to my free PDF guide for beginners, as well as your name shown at the end of all of my videos. There's also affiliate links in the description that if you use those when you make a purchase, I'll get a small commission kicked back to me at no additional cost to you guys. So just additional ways to be able to support the channel. So that's a wrap for this video. We'll see you on the next one, and clear skies.